And we'll just get right to this bread pudding. We got them 4 eggs right there. And this right here, this is that follow-up recipe on that last bread pudding recipe I done put up yonder right here. This one right here follows that one. 4 pieces of bread. Now this right here will be enough for actually about 4 or 6 people. You know what I mean? But you're gonna sure enough be eating light if you go on that many people. I'm gonna say 2 people. You know what I mean? Possibly 4. You know, cut it that way and cut it this way. The bread is really, it's, you know, like they might have baked this last night, you know, the thing. And you can toast this bread if you want to, you know what I mean? Throw it in the skillet like that and fry it if you want to in some butter. You can let it lay out here all day long like that and get harder than a brick bat. You can toast it in the oven. You can do what you want to with your bread. Don't worry about that bread right there. In the meantime, it's gonna be good. You know what I mean? If you've got a clean stove, you can lay your bread down on it. I'm just saying. And this right here, I done cooked this the other day. And also this right here, this portion right here, that's about enough for, you know, 2 people. You know what I mean? Just kind of split it down the middle and a big glass of milk. Oh, that's going to be good. I'm going to put that in that oven and warm that up. You know, I should do that now. I can do that right there while I'm doing this. No, I can't even. I have to set that aside, so I'm just going to put that right up in there. Oh yeah, I'm not going to put this in there because I'm going to do a water bath in there for sure. It's this big this way and this big this way. We got that in there, so we should turn this on about 300. You know what I mean? Just warm it up gently. And one of these burners right here, it's got some heat. Comes up out of the bottom. It's got a hole down in there. And if you set something on it, it gets warm. So that's of no matter when it comes to a bread pudding. Clean up as you go. All them eggs. In the pot here. Oh, and the butter too. Don't forget that butter. And kinda, you know, let's say on a thing of butter yonder, you know, one of them quarters of a butter, one of them sticks of butter. It's got a little graft on there. If you're not familiar with it, it's got a little graft on there. When you get ready to slice it, then you go by that right there, and you'll have the right precise amount. And that's what I'm going to do here. Except what happened is I didn't keep the box, let's say. But I heard that there's a box, and I'm not going to get into that. You know, so oh yeah, what I could have done, I could have unraveled that little piece of butter right there and measured off about how much that is. Oh, that's pretty good for a visual. That's 2 of them. And then that's about 2 of them left over in that right there from that there. Yeah, I forgot what I cooked. That's you know, I think it's a little more, but if it is, it's okay. Just put a little more in there. And I know that some of you diehards out there is gonna flinch when I put that butter in that microwave, but never fear, it's okay. It's been done before. I'm not the first. But I was opening these cans right here, and I says, well, you know, I better. Oh yeah. I'm gonna get me one of them openers that you do this right here, and you can put a little spout on your can. I'm gonna get me one of them sometime. But in the meantime, I'm gonna raise that lid up right here, and I'm not gonna show you this right here, but I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get over here at the sink, and I'm gonna turn them. That sink's clean too right there. But what I done is I turned that can halfway upwards on that sink right there and let all of the juice run out of it. You know what I mean? Asian style bread pudding. Let's put these 4 eggs in here. That's your 1 egg. That's your 2 eggs. Count along. That's your 3 eggs right there. 4. Them pretty good looking eggs right there too. Oh, I'm going to get them eggs out of here. You know what I mean? And the last time, bringing it to your attention, the last time, if you remember, the last time, I used 3 eggs in there. But I want a little bit more volume this time, even to the point where I'd have to pull out another dish for some leftover. That would be perfect if it ended up like that. 4 eggs in there, and this right here is that evaporated milk. Let's just put that whole can in there. The last time I didn't have no milk to go with it. I have laid in some milk. Oh, don't forget this bread right here. You know what I mean? Get that bread in this right here. And I think I put that. I think I let that butter go too long in that microwave. Was y'all pay attention to that? You know what I mean? Just I'm kind of fearful. I should look in there. Oh no. We're good on that butter there. Perfect. I'm just going to drizzle that. Actually, I forgot something. Whoa, stop the presses. This bread right here, you know what? If you start with a buttered dish, you'll have much better success with your bread pudding. And that's the reason I done put that butter in that microwave, if you remember, so that I would have ample enough butter in this dish right here. It might be hot, so, you know, travel at your own risk. You know what I mean? Safety precautions. If at this point right here, you probably should have adult supervision. But I'm just going to feel of it. Oh, that's good. And, you know, kind of lean it over. Look here. This technique right here will serve you well in the years to come. If you pay attention, just lean your dish over slightly at an angle to whatever degree that is right there. Don't quote me on it. Lord, don't quote me on the angle, on degree, on whatever you're going to butter your dish at. But you know, there's somebody out there in the world that knows that. Sure. Now that we've got that, see, the stove I had in Arkansas, well, this one is too. I can see that butter going down yonder. I'm not going to do that. The stove I had in Arkansas had a list to the stove, especially this burner over here. When you was cooking on this right here, all your stuff would go to one side because the stove was crooked. And I used that to my advantage by turning the skillet around, and that way it worked for me. Okay, and I've just observed, I thought this stove was dead level, but I believe I do have a little bias towards this side right down here because the butter is thicker down there. Let's get that bread back in there, you know, I mean, just dump it in there. We're going to put it all in here, and more. Remember, this is that there. You know, it's soul food. I mean, that's a label they put on it. You know, I guess it's just a designation so you'll be able to know exactly what somebody's trying to describe to you. But you know, you're going to be surprised when I put the topping on this. It's in the book, it's wrote down there, but don't be expecting me to get nothing printed up here anytime soon. It's just kind of what's going around, you know what I mean? It's just, let's just say that the moon, you know, this might be in the Old Farmer's Almanac next year. Let's just say that the moon is in the bread pudding phase. Just saying. We got that butter in there. This right here is that burner. It gets hot. It don't get hot really. No, it ain't. That back there, that's got the vent that comes out of the oven down there. This is the cold one here, right here. And you can use that. You can use that to warm a skillet up with if you're gonna be cooking something back there. I'm just saying. Oh yeah, don't forget that can of we got draining in the sink. Don't forget that. But let's put some sugar in there. And on that sugar, y'all know that I usually use that there, you know, like a cane sugar. And, you know, I always just go by a handful, you know, make it easy. But y'all watch this pour out. Okay, that's that. I'm gonna call that a handful, and then I'm gonna do that again. You know what I mean? And I'm just gonna dump it in there. That's 2 handfuls of that sugar, and I'm gonna put some cinnamon in there because I think cinnamon is one of them spices that you probably should not too much. You know, that's about you can quote me on a teaspoonful. And vanilla. You know, it's just a flavor enhancer, and when it comes to that vanilla, I put about, you see about how much that is right there? That was about two teaspoonfuls. That vanilla smells real good too. Oh, it smells so good. Get us a whisk out there. Y'all remember what we got in there? Y'all remember we got them eggs and you know, I was watching now. I'm telling you what, I'm not going to start nothing. You know what I mean? I don't want you to say it started here, but I've been making some observance. Or that some of these, especially, you know, some leisure time I had that I was watching this here YouTube, and I was watching some, you know, they call themselves preppers, you know what I mean? They getting ready for doomsday or something like that, you know what I mean? Getting ready for it. And, but you know, if they was cooking this right here, you know, calling it, you know, poor country food, you know, bread pudding, use up what you got. Week old bread, you know, preach it to the masses, you know, you got to have stale bread for a bread pudding. No. But y'all remember we was going to put them there. I'm going to show you something. And in this case right here, I need to drain, these are pineapple chunks. Watch this. I'm going to drain them pineapples in there. And then, right there, you know, that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you know. Let's put a half a can in there. So, I mean, to make it easy on your writing ability, let's put a half a can of them pineapple chunks in this batter. And just look in there and make sure that it's the amount that you want in there. Boy, I wish I had some raisins. I ain't got no raisins. Man, if I had some raisins, man, I sure would put them in there. But I have got that ingredient over there on the side. But right here is what I've been holding off on. These right here, y'all see them? Y'all know what them is? Don't taste this little fella right here. If you taste this right here, I'm just telling this for your own good. If you taste this right here, you won't have nothing left for this here bread pudding. You know, it's Asian. You know what I mean? It was over in the Asian section there in my book. You know, it's just a phase that I guess I go through. You know, sometimes it's just, you know, it's Creole, it's Cajun, you know, but it's Asian. Let's put a half a can in there. And the reason that we drained these, oh, it's gonna be good. The reasoning for draining these pineapples this time and not putting the juice in there is I've got some milk over there, so I'm going to put some milk in yonder. You know, just y'all see about how much I put there. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you have a wanting to, right now go ahead and put you some ginger in there. You know what I mean? Right now, just go ahead and put it in there. Oh, it's gonna be good. Smell it. We got that cornbread in there warming up to go with a couple of glasses of milk. Well, I wish I'd laid in some buttermilk there on my side. But anyways, it'll be okay. Because it's going to take about an hour baking this bread pudding in the water bath. And I think what I'll do, I don't know though, I think I'm going to start it in the water bath. And about halfway through, I think I'm going to take it out of that water bath and finish baking it. Well, let's see how, because it's this stove right here, the way it heats and everything, I'm having to bake it a little bit longer at a higher temperature to set the center of it. Just saying, about that's 300 and, let's say, that's 350, that'd be 325. Let's say 375 degrees, and I think it'll take an hour and so. We got this bread right in here. Let's put some, you know what I mean? I would like a little more too. And this right here is that's them old-fashioned oats. You know, just put you a big old handful in there. I think it'd be more healthy for you. Grits, let's leave them out. Let's leave them out. Let's see how much we got. This ain't the first bread pudding I ever baked. Just dunk everything under the batter. Just dunk it all in there. And you know, some recipes say let this thing set overnight or to tomorrow, you know what I mean, to soak up all them juices. Well, you know, if you're going to do that, you should be baking the one now that you made yesterday. So, oh, it's going to be good. It even looks good, I'm telling you. I'm hesitant about sticking it in that oven, but you know. And you know, I usually don't preheat my oven. You know what I mean? I just usually don't preheat my oven. So, with the preheating right here, it may take less time. Put you some water in there about halfway up. You want some water everywhere. You know what I mean? If it's on an angle there, you don't want to run it over. The oven's hot, be careful. Cornbread ready to go. Bread pudding going in. Very careful. Adult supervision. Y'all thought I forgot something, didn't you? And this right here is about a spoonful of just regular salt. And I'm just going to salt the top of this. Y'all see that? Let's let her bake for about 45 minutes and we'll look at it. Time to bring that bread pudding out of that oven right there. Let's just bring it right there on that dirt towel. It's going to be hot. Y'all see the difference in it now? About 375 degrees is the temperature. Been in there for about 1 hour. Maybe an hour and 5 minutes. And halfway through there, the only thing I did that you've missed is I took this out of the water bath and took this piece of foil with a hole in the middle because it was still bubbling. It's going to be good. You know, if you have to, if it's in your book and you have been taught, right now would be the time to poke it. If you want to, you can poke it. If not, it's good to go. We did get a little good rise on that right there. Let's set that right there and cool for just a bit, and we'll service up a couple of dishes of it. Now that we have brought it from the oven, let it sit on the sideboard over there about 15 minutes. It's really the dish is quite warm, but that's the way the finished pudding appears. Let's serve up a piece. The smell is quite pleasant. Most beautiful. Let's get them extra pineapples right there to go right there where they was at. And a decent sized serving as those are, there's 2, maybe 6 more servings, which makes it quite an easy dish. Easy to make, cheap in its ingredients, and downright delicious. Let's, as always, the accompanying beverage has changed today, choosing milk, 0% as of late. Let's try one of them pineapples right there. The color, texture, and you can see those oatmeals in there? Oh yeah. And that slight, very slight, almost undetectable taste of the salt, almost undetectable. But let's just open this up. Let's get one of those, well, let's find this one. A water chestnut. Right here it is. Oh, it's so good. You know what? This is really, really good. Delicious. Enjoy. You know, we should turn that over and let you see the bottom. I could see it in that glass baking dish, but turn that thing over. Look at that. Oh, I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm proud of that bottom right there, man. And that custard. You know, some people is ashamed to show you the bottom of their pie, but cooked completely through, I'm talking about.